It's time to register for classes again. Do you have an education plan?
And is North Korea going to start World War III?
All this and more on Today at ChattState.
Hello, I'm Kendall Creason.
And I'm Keegan Webb. You enjoying the spring?
Yes, I am. I'm glad the weather's finally starting to warm up. What about you?
Me too. I love the warm. I hate the cold.
Me too.
North Korea says it's in a state of war as it threatens to attack South Korea and the U.S. How worried should we be? Chris Lawrence has more.
Look past the picture of Kim Jong-un putting North Korean rockets on standby inside his military command. There's a chart marked U.S. mainland strike plan with missile trails aiming at Hawaii, California, D.C., and for some reason, Austin, Texas. It's wishful thinking on Pyongyang's part. They can't reach the U.S. yet. But tens of thousands of American troops are well within range of a more limited strike, something short of an all-out attack.
I think it's more in the sense of North Korea kind of getting right up to the edge, stumbling and then falling over the edge.
Former Ambassador Chris Hill says the real danger is the North shelling a border island like it did in 2010. Hill says there's a wild card here that worries the U.S. Young, inexperienced Kim Jong-un's desire to prove himself as a leader.
I think there are many North Koreans who have their doubts about whether this kid is really up to this.
So far, Pentagon officials say the North's rhetoric has not been matched by any actual military moves, but it has no foreseeable endgame and could go on for a while. North Koreans protested on the streets one day after the U.S. flew long-range stealth bombers on a training run, coming within 50 miles of North Korea's border. Some say, although the flights may reassure South Korea of U.S. protection, it could lead to unintended consequences.
One, China viewing this as alarming escalation. And the second is that the North Koreans almost receive a validation in terms of their missile development program.
A senior defense official says there was intense debate over whether to send those B-2s all the way up to the White House in senior levels of the National Security Council. He says the full range of options were considered, with some suggesting the U.S. do less than fly those B-2s and some.
Students had an opportunity to meet with potential employers last week at the College Career Fair. Nathan Gale has more.
We are having the annual career fair for our students and the community. We have about 68 vendors here today that are hiring. And so it's a great event we actually bring these companies to our students on a silver platter. So it's great for the students, it's great for the community, it's great for these companies. This is probably one of the largest career fairs in Chattanooga. I've been to many of the other career fairs around town, and we always have a tremendous turnout with companies.
Qualified applicants are everywhere. Our job is to go out there and find them, and things like this help us find them even easier, right? So if you thought about radio, if you thought you could fill in one of the pieces of the multi-layered radio pie, this is where we're going to find you. We can't just walk out into the street and find the next great graphic designer that's going to come into. No, we're finding them here at ChattState, and hopefully you join us and come to one of these things, talk to us, see exactly where you fit in the whole scheme of the radio pie or any other job that might exist in one of these, and find somewhere that fits for you. That's why ChattState's here. They're here to help you further your career.
We're here looking to hire police officers. We're looking for qualified candidates/applicants.
Well, I'm about to graduate from college in about 2 months, so I was looking for me a job. Okay. That's why I'm here.
I'm because you drug me.
Recently laid off from a job I had. Just figured I'd come down here and walk around and see what my options were going to be. Recently graduated from the industrial electricity program in May of 2011. So kind of something in that field. Just
We're actually doing a career fair, and it is because we're in season. Our garden season is starting, and we're hiring a number of people. So we're making people aware of the job openings that we have right now, and we're also taking resumes while we're here and just making people aware of what a great company Home Depot is.
I'm looking for a job to help pay for tuition and gas and just daily living expenses, and to put some back in savings.
We're just here to inform Chattanooga area about local apprenticeship programs offered in this area. In our case, we're the plumbers and steam fitters, so we want to inform people in hopes to encourage them to apply for our program, get involved in an apprenticeship, learn the skilled trade.
I've been a manager at WDEF News 12 since 2002, and since then I've hired probably 8 Chattanooga State employees, more than half of which came in initially as interns. And usually within 6 weeks of them finishing their internship, and sometimes during their internship, a job becomes available and they're trained. So they had a good base knowledge coming in, and once they train on our actual equipment, usually they're up and running. They're at least partially functional in about a week, and most of them are fully functional in about 3 weeks, where they can just be turned loose and know the job.
Courses are now available for registration for summer and fall. Students are advised to speak to their assigned advisor. If you do not know who your advisor is, check your academic profile box on your TigerWeb and get their contact information, or call the advising office at 423-697-4483. Don't delay about setting up classes for summer or fall.
The Chattanooga State Colwick Library will host a series on Renaissance art on Friday, April 5th at 11 a.m. in the library classroom. Denise Heinley, a distinguished professor of art history, will discuss how nudes first got into heaven. For more info, visit library.chattanoogastate.edu.
The Ku Klux Klan held a First Amendment rally in Memphis, Tennessee on Saturday at the Shelby County Courthouse. Police in riot gear were out in full force to both the KKK members and the counter-protesters. There appeared to be about 60 Klan members and more than 1,000 demonstrators. The city says everything was civil.
We in Memphis and Shelby County and in this region took what could have been the worst of times and turned it into the best of times in terms of showing that we can tolerate dissent.
Police say they only arrested one person, a protester from Michigan. This was a change from a rally 15 years ago when there were several injuries and damaged buildings.
The Broad Street Film Festival is coming up on Thursday, April 11th. The event takes place at the Carmack Majestic 12 and features student films from local colleges. The screening starts at 8 p.m. and costs $10 at the door. Are you going to the film festival?
I am. We worked on a project. It'll be shown there. What about you?
Awesome. I'll have to come check it out.
You should.
Let's take a quick look at this week's weather. Here's Aaron Davis.
Hi, it's going to be back to cooler weather for a bit with highs in the upper 50s and rain on Thursdays and Friday, but we've got a beautiful weekend with sunny skies and mid-70s to look forward to. Back to you.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, that's it for today at ChattState. Be sure to check us out online and on Comcast Cable 3.
Have a great day.